talk, real solutions where authentic talk takes place with a biblical perspective. So, hello. I know it's nighttime and this was not really planned, but I wanted to go live so that I could finish up the um I'm not going to say the series, but what I was doing on the care for the caregivers, putting on your oxygen mask. So I wanted to go ahead and complete that particular, um, sorry, that particular topic of what we were talking about and discussing. So first of all, I just want to say welcome everyone once again. Hope you're having a good night. And yeah, have everyone like gotten their Thanksgiving stuff together. I have not yet. I was going to go today, but I decided to hold off and to go. I think I'll do some shopping tomorrow and finish it up on Monday. So, yeah. But so I will do a little recap from last time that we were discussing about caregiver and putting on your oxygen mask first. And one of the things that we were talking about was what to do so that, in other words, what can you do in being proactive and putting on the oxygen mask first. And so we talked about various things such as reading the newspaper, watching YouTube comedies, and I like watching the pranks that they do. And oh my goodness, it is belly laugh funny. So laughter, that's really good for you. Support groups, just having a community of people that you can get with and just socializing and not isolating yourself. We also talked about how sitting quietly for at least about 10 minutes. We talked about going for a walk, how that is good, listening to uplifting music, writing in a journal. Those were just a few things of some things that you can do that can be very helpful in this putting on your oxygen mask first when you are a caregiver. And it's just, even if you're not a caregiver, I just want to say that too, because I don't want anyone to feel like, well, I'm not a caregiver, so this doesn't relate to me. This is good for you, period, to do for yourself, to be proactive. And it's just good regardless if you are a caregiver or not. So now I'm going to go into what we call guilt barriers. Guilt barriers. So what some of the guilt barriers are is saying things such as I should, like no one will do as good as a good job as I do. That's one of them. Like no one would do as good a job as I can do this. The other one is fear that something will happen if you are away. That is something that, yeah, you feel like, oh my gosh, if I go away, if I take this time off and I'm not there, what if something happens if I'm not there? So that's one. And another one is, can I place my loved one in a facility? Can I place my loved one in a facility? And I know that that can be a very, very, I'm sure, difficult thing to think about because once you do something like that, in a sense, you're kind of giving up. You're not, but then you are because they're no longer in your home where you're making all the decisions. So now that loved one is in a facility, they're in a place where you're having to trust that others are doing the right thing by your loved one. And so that can be a very, very hard thing. Then the other one is being perfect is a setup for failure. Trying to be perfect and you're just not because you're another fallible human being. So you're not going to be perfect. That's why one of the things why it's so good to with putting on an oxygen mask first and getting the necessary help and support that you need. Because if not, you will end up burning out. And then if you burn out, then what's going to happen to your loved one? And you could also begin to maybe just your frustration out on a loved one because you're trying to be perfect, trying to do everything, and you just cannot. So I would think this is just my thought that and yes, I know about such thing. I think about my grandfather and how he was in the home with us, and others were like wanting my mom to put him in a nursing home, and she said no. So what she did was she sought help. Everybody kind of chipped in and helped me and my siblings. We chipped in, though we were really young at that time, but what we could do, we chipped in. Then my mom had someone from the church who would come in and who would help and be there till she got off work. And then my mom, then the other siblings, her siblings, she had them when there was something that their dad needed or whatnot. She would contact them and say, okay, this is what dad needs, etc., etc. And who all would help, who wouldn't, then that's just what it was. So he was still able to be around family and in a environment where people truly did love him as opposed to somewhere else. There is no guilt if a person has to do that, no condemnation, anything like that, because if it's at the point where you're just not able to get what you need in the home to be able to care for that loved one, then that is the second best thing. And then just make sure that you are a very present person there, that letting that place will know, okay, this person we're going to have to be on the up and up with because their loved one is not just dropping them off and saying, "Que sera, rah," or just leaving them and not ever coming back or only come maybe once or twice a year, but that person is daily, as much as they can, daily coming up and checking on them, calling them, visiting, coming and spending time, and all of that. So, I just want to make sure I say that because this is no condemnation or anyone thinking, oh, I'm better because I maybe did make a decision like that. And how could you do that? Because that's no, 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 no. That's not what where I'm going at with that at all. But so that is one of the things that can be a guilt barrier. Another one is, do I deserve to have a good time if my loved one is suffering? Wow. Do I deserve to have a good time if my loved one is suffering? That can be wow. Hmm. I'm just thinking like um what do you all think about that? Just kind of ask yourself that one. And maybe later, those who will watch this can leave a comment in the comment section. But do I deserve to have a good time if my loved one is suffering? So, this is just my thought with that. My thought is the one who is a caregiver, maybe they feel like my loved one is suffering or they're going through what they're going through. And so I can't enjoy life because of that. I can't take out some time in my life and to just like, I want to do something for myself. I want to maybe enjoy some laughter, some socialization, or whatever the case may be. And so you feel guilty because you're like, they're going through what they're going through, and I am out having fun. And so maybe what happens, you feel like, well, I must really don't care about what this other person is going through because I must really don't care about that loved one and what they're going through because I'm out here laughing and maybe just actually enjoying something in an activity that you like, and you're thinking about your loved one who is in their condition. And so I would say, absolutely not. I would think that if the loved one or if that person, it may be your animal. So I don't want to just put it to just humans, but I would think in this particular situation, I'm thinking about like the person that you're caring for, that I would think they would want you to get out. They would want you to be able to enjoy life and to be able as best as possible, being at, if you are a caregiver, so much of your time is maybe taken up caring for that person. And so they want you to be able to have some time to yourself. And I don't want to always just put it in the sense that the person don't have to be sick. It can be you're a caregiver if you have a child, if you, I mean, it can be in many different um, population of people. I guess what I'm saying. I'm not just saying this is a situation where if you don't have, like, if the person has some type of sickness or something, but I would think that they would they would want you to be able to get out and not just wear yourself down and disassociate yourself from life and from people and from fun activities and all of that kind of stuff. So that can be one of them. And the other one is thinking about my needs is selfish. So I think they kind of, what I just mentioned and this one kind of go maybe hand in hand. That if you think about your needs is selfish, and actually thinking about your needs is a smart thing because you still do have needs as you are caring for that other person. You are a human being as well, and you have needs, even though you are taking on extra by caring for the loved one or care or what it, the other person, you still as a human being have needs. So you're not selfish. You may decide, oh, I want to go on, get away for a day or for a weekend, or I want to go and get my nails done, get my hair done, or I just want to go window shopping, or I just want to get out and go for a walk, or go visit a friend, whatever it is, go to the movies, go see a movie, go to the park, just something that you enjoy. It's not being selfish. Actually, it's a good thing because you're going to help preserve yourself, as well as um, going to be helpful for the other person as well. Hello, sis. Oh, thank you so much for being here listening. And so, yes, so those are some of the guilt barriers. And so psychology today states that some people feel guilty about taking time for themselves. They see themselves as the one who should be taking care of everyone else, and their needs often fall by the wayside. However, taking care of yourself is something that you should never feel guilty about. It not only models healthy behavior for the ones you love, it also keeps you, me, and everyone else healthy and strong so that you can continue doing what fulfills you. And if that's taking care of others, then you're in an even better position to do that. So, yeah, let's talk about that. I think that those and maybe that's why some people they don't even want to be in that role because they see other people model such a poor example, and so they're like, I don't want to have anything to do with that, because become a if I volunteer or I become a caregiver or whatnot, then it's like, what's going to happen to my life? That means my life just totally got to shut down and I can't do anything anymore. And it gets this depressive like cloud that comes over you. And it's like, no, it's just like many things in life. Depending on who you talk to, it can make you feel some kind of way. Like, it could be how some people feel about, if you talk to some people who have children, you could be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to have children. But God said children are a blessing. They are a blessing, and they are a good and they're good and perfect gifts. Not saying that that kids are perfect, and we were kids too, and not saying that, but God said that they're a blessing. But maybe because of what we hear, how what other people have gone through, it can sometimes make people like, oh, I don't want to have children. Or marriage, you depending on who you talk to, some people, they discourage people about marriage, like, oh no, I just want to be by myself, don't want to get married. Marriage is blah, blah, blah. And where is that coming from? Especially if maybe they were married before and it didn't work out or something happened. Well, that doesn't mean that marriage is still it's a good thing. And God in his word, there are many scriptures, but the one that comes to me, one is that it is not good for that man should be alone. and and how there are scriptures that says two is better than one. For if you fall, you have someone who can help you, and just on and on. So I think that a lot of times what can when it comes to caregiving, that can scare people away is because some people, they have not done it well. They have just expended themselves. They don't know when, hey, when they feel like I need to take a break, they don't do it. They just keep going on empty until they crash. Um, they don't kind of maybe set boundaries, or maybe it might be that they need to solicit some help, um, to have maybe someone to come in to, or just there are things that can be done that can um, help the person, where it's just not all on you. So that is where I want, and why I wanted to do that for myself, being proactive as well as for others. That there are things that you can do, and don't and not feeling guilty about doing it. So I want to see what my sister has said. She says, so much of what you're saying, that's how I felt and feel. I know it's different with me because my caregiving giving is towards my cats, and now my one cat. But I didn't want to go anywhere or do anything because Socks had her heart condition. And now that she is no longer with us, I don't want to leave Chloe. Although my sister is home, I still never like leaving my cats. Exactly, sis. That's why I was saying it's not just, it can be with a human being caregiver, it can be with your animals caregiver, it can be just, it's not just with children, I mean with like a human being. It could be you have your baby, you have your children, so many things um that can fit into that with being a caregiver. And most people will be a caregiver in some shape, form, or fashion in their lifetime. And so I'm really wanting to push that when you're in this position, that do it in a healthy way. try to do it in a healthy way for everybody, for everybody. And then if it's at the point, and thank God, really, thank God that we do live in a country that, as much as we may say about maybe nursing homes or facilities that are out there, it's better than them being on the streets, because in some country they don't have something like this. If the family don't take the loved one in, then I want to say maybe they have an orphanage. I don't even know. I think orphanage is usually for little children, and in a lot of third world countries, they're horrible. And probably an older person wouldn't last no time, probably in a place like that. But the kids, because they're young and they're stronger, they can maybe survive some of the stuff that goes on in those places. But to my knowledge, they don't have like nursing homes or places like that. So it's like if if nobody uh, takes on that, in a lot of countries, they don't have anything. So I say that by saying last resort, if it's at the point where your health is going down, then now you're going to have to be cared for because you can't care now for yourself. Then that person may need to go in a place until things maybe situation changes, or I don't know. You just may have to. And I have first cousins. I want to just share this. And I'll, with protecting their names, but their mother passed away. It was, gosh, I want to say it was in this year. It was in this year. And their mother, they had to end up putting their mother in what you call like an assisted living place. And from my understanding, from what I was told, is that the place, I'm sure that, because I know those cousins, so they don't play about their mom like most people. And so that this place that their mother was in, that it was a really nice place. Um, and and um and so where I'm going with this is that they were a very present, um they were very present in that place. They didn't just put their mother there and then it was like that was it. They were all, so the testimony basically is that their mother was really taken care of. The people there, they really loved her mother. The way the siblings were respectful, and all of what they did when they were there visiting their mother, it was noted. And so it was, I mean, their mother was taken care of. Whenever something came up, I mean, even the littlest of thing, they would let them know. And and it was just it was a great testimony, not only to the children, to them, but and I'm sure their mother didn't want them to stop their life and what was going on and whatnot. And so that's another thing. So it's some things to think about, but especially I just want to say, if it gets to the point where you're not taking care of yourself and you're not able to care for your loved one, then there are places that are out there, if you do the research and whatnot, that your loved one can be, and then you be a active present person in the life of your loved one and where they're at. And so yes, so I wanted to mention that. And let me see. Um let me go. Right now, I am visiting family in PA, and it's a much needed mini vacation. Yes, but I do feel guilty for leaving Chloe. And as mentioned, I really don't like leaving her, but God willing, I will be home. Yeah. Yes, it's a lot of what I'm saying. Yeah, I know you can relate. I know from yeah. So you'll be home tomorrow. Hello, 2%. Hello. I'm so glad you're here. Good to see you. See, when my fiance was alive, he told his mom that he would never put her in a home, but it got to a really overwhelming point to where he had to. I don't think he ever forgave himself for that. And I believe that is the part of what contributed to him no longer being with us. Yeah, he didn't care of himself, and unfortunately, he lost himself in the process, and we lost him. Thank you so much, sis, for sharing that. This and I feel really encouraged by what just what you have mentioned, because what you have shared, this is a real thing. People are really dealing with this. They're dealing with not putting on the oxygen mask first. They're dealing with feeling guilty for putting on the oxygen mask first, because there's been, for some reason, this narrative that you need to, um, how can I say it, while you are being a caregiver, that I guess you need to just run yourself down into the ground. And if you don't do that, then that's not showing that you care. If you're not looking all haggard and whatever the case may be, that you, for or some reason, people can make you feel bad. A lot of people are suffering. They are silently dying, I would even say, and really suffering in silence because of this. They really are. And so I can relate with that. And so I had to get to a place where I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be any good for that person if I don't take care of myself. And people can call it selfish or whatever, but I'm like, you know what? Because if something happens to me, then what's going to happen to that other person? And so, like you mentioned, sis, how I want to, yes, that was how my Louis was. He took care of everyone else and never thought to put his oxygen mask on. Exactly. And so yeah, and when you look back on it and you're just like, wow, I wish there was, but it's really not. I mean, the person has to come to that. That is, I think, the hardest thing. You see it and you're like, oh, you need to do this. Please put on your oxygen mask. And it's just so hard. It's just so hard for them to do it. And so, yes, I have been asking about that. If I don't do, am I not honoring my mother? My mom has bad habit, and I do feel bad when I tell her I'm not doing something. You know, that's a really, yeah. I do get. I mean, yeah. I want to go real. I feel stressed because I don't get out, but need to find a quiet place. Yes, yes. Whew. Yeah, that can be a really hard one. And I'm not going to sit here and try to pretend and say that I have it together on this. I'm sorry. When you're fixing things on yourself, it's like the opposite. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. But yeah, that can be very hard. 2%. That can be, and especially, excuse me, like you mentioned, it's your mother, and how you want to be honoring to your mother. And absolutely, absolutely. I do get that. And I would say that I don't know how it is in where you're at, but it could be that where your mom, maybe you could qualify for having, they have it's something that's called companion care. I think that's what it's called, companion care. Basically, it's where the person, it's like a state program or program, and you can have like someone matched up, like you are part of that process, and someone could come in and they can be there with your mom. They can like whatever your mom like to do, they can be there and do those things with your mom. Let's just say, for an example, if she likes to play board games, they can help, play board games. If she likes to go for a walk, they can go with her for a walk. If she likes to, just any of those things where it can free you up to be able to have some quiet times and do some things that you would like to do. Now, I know that could probably be, oh, I can't have nobody in my home. I don't know. I will say this, sis. Like, I have a very dear friend of mine's, and she is amazing. And that is something that, I mean, she used to work in the school system, but she retired from that. And so now she does on the side, she's like what you call a caregiver. And so she's a caregiver for a older gentleman who is, oh my gosh, I think she said he's in his late 80s, might even be early 90s. And she is amazing. I mean, she's a Christian. She takes it very serious what she does. She is like such a blessing. Oh my goodness. And she cares for the people that she's caring for just like they are part of her family. And she tells me some of the things that she does, like she says, I do this, I do that, to keep his mind active and whatnot. And I do some things, and then some things I still have him to kind of do so that he don't just totally lose skills and whatnot. I mean, she is a blessing. So I say that by saying how um that there are people out there that they're not all bad, like the crazy stuff that you may hear. No. And as a believer, no doubt you could pray and be like, Lord, please direct and guide me in picking someone who is a believer, someone just a God-fearing person. But let me see. um I want to go. Okay, so you said you are your mom's caregiver. Okay. So, and let's see what else. It's tough. Yeah, it is. That's why I'm doing this, so that it's not taboo. And hopefully this is real. Caregiving fatigue is a real thing. And that's why I wanted to mention this, so that we can help each other, be a support to one another, pray for one another, but most of all, bring some solutions. So, 2%, can you still have someone to come in and, so that you can have a break and still continue to be your mom's caregiver? Is that still possible? I want to say I think it is, but it's maybe different for different states, maybe. But I know here in Wisconsin that this is one of the states where um, you can be a caregiver and have someone to come in. I know some places, really, I don't know any place that doesn't. It just all depends. But have you looked into that? I would strongly suggest maybe looking into that and just seeing what's out there. And let me see. I can understand, especially because of what my Louis went through. I was there with him at times, and I literally saw how it took so much out of him. Really will keep you in prayer, 2%. Amen. You know, at the heart of the conversation, sis, we need to keep, yes, each other, all of us, in prayer because there are so many things that we just don't put a pause there. And if we don't put a pause there, our bodies are going to put a pause there. And we are not going to want what our bodies are going to do. And so because it can even be, I'm saying caregivers, but I just want to even stretch that it can be doing just so many things, like doing this, doing that, commitment here, what that, and whatever the case may be. And it's like, whoa, you're going like 1,000 miles on I don't know, on empty. And that's just not good. And just like a car, you can only go so far. And if you don't fill it up, it's going to stop on you. It is going to stop on you. And you don't know when it's going to stop. It could be right in the middle of traffic, highway, which would be dangerous if it stopped right in the middle of, I mean, like, wow. So I really want to push that. And let me see. That sounds like a very good plan. Yes, yes, absolutely. So 2%, maybe we can talk a little more about it. If you even want to come on, um, you can. If you want to come on live, just let me know. Anyone, if you want to come on live, just let me know and I will drop the link and you can come on. Let me see. Well, my mom can take care of herself, but I lost my job before I came here. The hardest part is finding work. Okay. And thank God that she can take care of herself. And and so once again, 2%, that's even more of a good thing because like I said, I'm trying to think, I think I'm saying the right name for it, a companion care or something like that. But that's even better because you have someone that comes in, a good match, then they can be there where you, whatever it was, whatever it is of what you're doing, you can get a pause and then that person can actually do whatever it is that you were doing. And so that can give you a break and really give you and you a break from your mom and your mom a break from you. Give both of you a break from each other. That would be great. And let's see. I feel my patience going short, so I need to get out the house. That's all my absolutely. And see, that's one of the things that can happen. It's like that short fuse. And it's not that you're not trying to, you don't mean to. But that's what happens when you have been caring for a loved one and you're fatigued. You're physically, mentally, you're just fatigued. And then what ends up happening, you end up going off of a short fuse. So that even more so is like telling you you do need to get a break. And let me see. Well, yes, but she also has a history of passing out. I feel I can't let anyone do that because I have my things here and I don't trust. Oh, 2%, that goes. Okay, let me just, I don't think you were on when I said this, but this was actually one of the things that, and you kind of fit almost every one of them. It was in the beginning, I mentioned what are some guilt barriers. And this is what, quote, the experts or what they said is that you say, no one would do as good a job as I do. And what did you say? Excuse me. You said, I don't trust anyone. So, in a way, what you're saying is that you don't like feel like somebody would be able to do as good a job as what you can do. Then you have fear something will happen if you are away. And so you mentioned that your mom has a history of passing out. And once again, it goes back to not trusting anyone. And then what else? So yeah, you fit a lot of that of what was of what I was talking about earlier. And so when you're getting a caregiver, you can ask for people who have qualifications and something like that. You can like if you let's say I'm just giving a scenario, like let's say you go through a facility, I mean a agency, sorry, and you let them know, okay, my mom has a history of passing out, so I need someone who like whatever, like if that happens while you're there, you said I have my things here. Okay, so like what are your things? Or do you call the ambulance when that happens? So then you could ask to have someone who has training and know what to do if something like that were to happen. They have their protocol and they know what to do. So that if something like that were to happen, that would be covered. And what else did you say? Yeah, and so it's one of those things where you feel like I can't let anyone do it. But let me just say this though. 2%, this is a thing. And I have to say it like this. And I'm also speaking to myself as well. So what happens if something happens to you? Because if something happens to you, guess what? You're not going to be in control of who's going to be doing what for your mom. I don't know if you hear what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if something happens to you, then somebody is going to take up, you're not going to have a choice then. Somebody is going to do what it is that you're fearful of letting somebody else do um for your mom to help give you some relief. And I think that's one of the things that those of us who have been a caregiver or maybe will be, it's like we have in our minds and feel like nobody can do it like we do it. There's some truth to that. Yes, nobody is probably going to care the way we care about the person because of how we have a special bond with them. But that doesn't mean that they can't do the job. That doesn't mean that if something arises that they can't rise to the occasion and do what needs to be done. That's what I'm saying. So, um let's see. So I'm going to go back to some when we do these things, put it on the oxygen mask first, and and the whole guilt thing and feeling like nobody can do it like us, etc. I want to mention it's 10 rewards. It's 10 rewards. And one is you have improved relationship, you have a chance to heal the past. Number 2, learned to put someone else first. You've learned to put someone else first. Made me a better person. Number 3, I probably should have, now that I think about it, I should have did like something like a slide so that everyone could see these, but I'm sorry about that. Um, Number three, opportunity to create positive memories. Number four, learn patience, learning to listen. Number five, gratefulness, my chance to pay my parents back for their caring. Aww. Yeah. And it kind of makes me think like with you, 2% by your saying how um now your mom is in a place where she needs some little extra care. And so it's like, I mean, I don't think we could ever pay our parents back for all that they have done. But yes, gratefulness, my chance now to pay my parents back for their caring. Six, increased my compassion and tolerance. Number seven, get to experience love and joy through caring. Number eight, no regrets, peace of mind, closure, completion. Number nine, spiritual fulfillment. Mm. Number 10, role model for the next generation of how to care for family. Wow. So see, oh, I accidentally. So see, look at listen, I mean, all these rewards when we can model to the best of our abilities what caregiving and putting on the oxygen mask first looks like. It's not destroying yourself in the midst of caring for the loved one. Because if we are honest and real, when another part of this, what can happen is, which they didn't mention in here, but it can be resentment because, and it may be like, oh, I don't want to admit that, but it could. It could get to where you kind of feel resentment because now because you're not taking care of yourself. Now you're like feeling some kind of way like, I'm missing out on life. I can't really go anywhere. I'm just here. And now all these negativities start to come. And if you're not careful, you can start projecting that onto your loved one because you're refusing to put on your own oxygen mask first and being able to be in a position to care, or when you are doing it, how you when you're taking care of yourself, put it on an oxygen mask first, you can have a better attitude, and you're being a servant, being able to serve in such a way, it's more of a positive thing than you're burnt out. I don't want to do this, blah blah blah, and all of the others. So I think that's really good. So that is the last basic part is if you don't take care of yourself, you will self destruct. If you don't take care of yourself, you will self destruct. But I don't want to end on that part, but I want to do the opposite. But if you do take care of yourself, put on your oxygen mask first. What does oxygen do? Oxygen brings life to the person, and then what you can give to the others. And also I want to just end that with you're a role model for the next generation of how to care for family, how to be able to, or whatever it is that you're doing. Not just, I'm saying with with your human families, with our animals, with other things. That when we learn to put on the oxygen mask first, then we're better equipped for everything else. I think about how in the Bible it says how Yeshua, how Jesus, our Savior, he got up early in the morning, and he got with the Lord and communed. And I'm sure that was him doing, what he was needing to do for all that he had to face. I mean, my goodness, look at the things that just is recorded, but there was so much more. It was, I mean, the scriptures they wrote everything down of what he did. Wouldn't be enough room to contain it, but he took that time in a quiet place and got alone in prayer and got along with the Father. So if he had to do it and did it, we have to do it and need to do it. And so I'm going to go through the rest of the comments because they have been really helpful. Let me see. Here we go. 2% or anything that you would like to do as work online. Just wondering if that's something you'd like to do. That's a good idea, sis. That is a good idea. Yes. Yes, because now I'd say one good thing that came out of COVID is that it created jobs for online for people to work remotely. So yes, that is yes. I really wish that you was able to maybe join the Create Your Economy, sis, because you would. That's one of the things that Pastor Sean, along with many things that he is gifted and blessed with, but what I so love about just one of the things is that if you have any passion, any talent, any gift, which we all got something, um, you can use that to be able to make income. And you might say, how can I make income out of that? You would be amazed. You would be amazed. And um, so I just, yeah, I wanted to mention that. Let's see. 2% yes at the heart. I have been looking for online, so I don't have to actually leave her alone. Okay. Okay. Um, that's good. Yes. No, I don't trust anyone and come home with stuff miss. I I hear you. 2%. Yeah, but you know what? You could put cameras in the home. So if you put cameras in the home and let the people know that I have cameras in the home, then that could be a big deterrence. And the other thing is being that, like you said, your mom, that she's able to care for herself. So if that's good, because I'm assuming that she's also able, if someone were to do something wonky or do something out of pocket or whatnot, that she can tell you. But then also the cameras, also you could get cameras. And so wherever you're at or whatnot, I mean, you can look at it when you get home, and in real time, you can like sign into the camera so you can see what's going on. Oh, set that up. Super pray ask the Lord to help you with that. Louis didn't trust anyone to take care of his mom in the beginning, but the Lord brought an amazing woman into her home to take care of her. Yes, amen. Thank you, sis, for sharing that. Amen. And that's what I was saying about the person that I know, how she is for the person that she's caregiving for. It's a blessing. It is a blessing that he was able to get her. And so yes, if pray about it. And I believe that the Lord knows your heart, and he knows you love and care about your mom, but you also need to be cared for as well, and you need the break. So I believe that you can have someone that is God fearing, someone who would do right by your mom and who could come in and help give relief. I know that's easier said than done, but little baby steps. I mean, it could even be uh 2% where you could have the person to come into the home while you are there and give, your mom a chance to get used to them, and then for you. So you could have the person, they can be in the home and they can be doing, whatever, it is that they do while you're in the home before you feel comfortable, enough with actually leaving out and leaving the person alone, with your mother. Let's see. If the Lord did that for Louis, he can send someone that's right who will take care of your mom, who you can trust and who will not take any of your things. Amen. That's right. That's right. I believe it. That's right. Let's see. Okay, that's the same thing. Well, I would hope my brother would step up, but yes, you are correct. Someone would be there. Mm, okay. I have to get to that point. Amen. And that's all we're saying. Baby steps, little bit at a time. But I'm just saying that you need to have a break and an outlet. You have to do that because if not, no one, no one is superhuman with that. No one. You're gonna, we're just not. And so, and if we, it's hard, but God can help us. And like Shireen said, um, for Louis, he prayed and they prayed and he was able to get someone who was a God-fearing person, someone who came in and was a good caregiver. There are people out there that they really, yeah, there are some people just like anywhere, they are just doing what they do because they want a paycheck. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with that, but it's not like maybe a calling or they feel like this is what they love to do. They just, this is a job and so this is what I'm doing. And then there are some people that they actually do love doing what they're doing and they take it very serious and to heart. And so they're there, they are out there. We just have to, you just have to pray and ask God to bring that person to you. Okay, let's see. Sometimes Super said that's when you have to take step of faith. Once you move forward in the emptiness of what is before you, then the Lord will provide that step for you to see, to walk on. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, Shereen, I think what I need to start some work that will help. I think what I need to do or to start some work that will help. Yeah. Yeah. And I can um talk with you 2%. I mean, there was something, well, I can just go ahead and mention it. I mean, I'm real kind of skeptical about a lot of some of these online stuff or whatnot. But I think Amazon, it was something where I think I was either sent or I'm trying to remember where I was starting to get the stuff about this, but it was Amazon and how working from home from Amazon. And so I kind of took that a little more like, um, more legit because we all know Amazon, but also Tesla is hiring. Elon Musk, I saw something about where his company is hiring. So let's see. Whew, excuse me. You can have my at 2%. Oh my goodness, that is funny. Uh, let's see. Uh, let's see. Yes. Oh gosh, so true. What Latonya said about the Create Your Economy movement that Pastor Sean has. Yes. Mm-hmm. Latonya is reading up instead of down. Latanya is reading up instead of down. What does that mean? 2%. I'm reading up instead of down. Explain what that means, 2%, please. Yes, I know God will answer. It will happen. Amen. Laugh out loud, 2%. Like Rabbi Ed says, she's starting from the tippity tippity top. I like that. Tippity tippity top. Okay. Aw. Wow, I can't speak English correctly. See, Lord, me and Elon. Yep, you and Elon. Oh gosh. You are reading the comments from the bottom. Oh, yeah, I was. Yep. And then I was like, okay, let me go back up to the tippity tippity top. I like that. I think I'm going to say that. How I'm going to start at the tippity tippity top. Let's see. She actually is reading the comments from the top to the bottom at 2%. Oh, oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, now I'm really going all the way back up. And let me see. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. So that actually concludes the care for the caregiver. Put it on own oxygen mask first. So I think this has been really, really oops, sorry. What did I do? Okay. That this has been really, really, I think a really good discussion and on this particular topic. I know there's a lot of things that are out there, but you know, if you just like getting healthy, replace one thing with a good thing. So I heard that recently by, I want to say it was by, what is her name? Red Coach T. It was one of her shorts. And just make it simple because I like to really try to make things simple and attainable. And for those who are just what you call those kind of people, they are driven, uh, um, they can take it all, whatnot. Maybe it's good for them because it slows them down. So for those who are like, I need something that, one step at a time to do, it- you're covered. And then for those who are at the fast pace, maybe it's good that it kind of slows them down a little bit, you know. So so just one thing at a time, one thing. And you mentioned that that one thing for you is getting a job online. So then I don't know, maybe it may start with getting an resume, updated resume. So with some of these companies, you have that and you can have it all ready and you can apply online because there are a lot of jobs that are online for individuals. If they, yeah, like I say, with COVID and how a lot of remote jobs were created, there is a lot that is out there. So, yeah. Well, and with you just even being open to what we're saying about the caregiving, 2%, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. So I guess with that, Shireen, she had a great time at the Sight and Sound. So she was getting some well deserved, just a good mini vacation for herself. So, yay, sis. I'm so glad that you were able to go and that you enjoyed yourself. And like you said, it is the most, let me see, not the most wonderful. I was gonna say it's the most wonderful time of the year. I was gonna say it's the most beautiful place that you love, like you said, that one of the most best places in the world that you like to be at. And so I'm so glad that you got a chance to go and enjoy yourself and really go and not be just where your mind would have been so worried, just worrying, but that you actually was able to go and enjoy yourself. And so I'm happy about that. And I think I'm going to have to go on YouTube and look up Sight and Sound to kind of get a feel for what you're talking about because I never did get a chance to look at the video you sent me about it. So, and I don't know if it still will work or not. So, I'm going to go and I'm going to look up Sight and Sound and see what this is all about. So, let me see. Um, oh, thank you so much, sis. Yeah, this was helpful for me. This was helpful for me too. So, yeah, I'm like, Lord, I just want to be talking the talk and not actually taking and implementing this for myself. It would be great if maybe sometime next year, maybe some of us could plan a trip and come to New York, PA to see one of the productions at Sight and Sound. Oh my goodness, sis, that would be amazing. Maybe, okay, I'm gonna say this. Uh, huh? Latonya, you said maybe my son what? Okay, I'm gonna get to that. But Shireen, that would be great. Have you ever heard of people how they say, I don't know why was thinking about this recently, but I was like, I want to create like a bucket list. I mean, and really bucket list, just a list of things that you're like, Lord, if it's your will and whatnot, these are some things I would like to do. And I know I was one of my cousins. I was really like just so proud and so like wow of her. And I'm even looking forward to her talking more about it. But I saw pictures of her. I was like, where you at? This girl was in Paris all by herself to my knowledge. I don't know. It doesn't seem like maybe she went, I don't know if she went with friends or not, but that was like, I guess, on her bucket list. And she was in Paris and she's on her way back home now. But I was like, what? Like, wow. And so she was showing pictures of some of the places that she had visited and all of that. And I was just like, wow, like this is just so amazing. One of the things about her is that she has gotten to a point in her life that excuse me, she just to talk about these things, but she actually make steps toward doing these things. And so I'm just like, wow. So what am I saying? I'm saying that part of maybe a bucket list is, yes, God willing, next year that we could plan a trip. There could be a trip plan because believe it or not, Shireen, New York is one of the places I'm like, I would like to experience New York. I would like to go to some of the the monument places there, like Times Square, to see what that is like. I would love to go visit where the World Trade Center used to be. And I think there is a famous park there called the New York Park. I don't know. No, Central Park. That's it. Yeah, I've heard about that. So I would love to go to Central Park and what else? I don't know what other like things that are monument type of, places, but yes. So I like that. I like that idea. Um so let me see. Have a few more questions, comments. Yes, you can look at let me see. Okay, what was the name of that movie? Y'all told me. Oh, that movie, 2% is called Bonifer. Bon Heifer. Let me see if I can, because I want to go see that movie. I was thought about going to see it today, but I mean, I was thinking about maybe today, but then I was like, no. And I don't know if tomorrow. So maybe because I'll have off starting Tuesday. So it'll be Tuesday and a whole week. So maybe I might go one of those days. But let me see. I can look it up. Let me see. Mark. Okay. Let me see. Um, let's see. Um, wow, they might not even have. Let me see. Because I know being that it's a Christian movie, it may be built in. I don't know. I don't think I spelled it right. I'm sure I probably didn't. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. So, so I will find out again 2% what is new movies. Okay, let me just look and see. The Gladiator. Okay, I found it. So this oops. Okay, where did it go? Okay. This is the name of the movie because I don't think I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it's Bonhoeffer. So that is the name of the movie. So yeah. So that is the name of it. And let's see what else. Okay, so what did you mean your son you said maybe my son would watch? Did I say that? I don't think I said that. Did I? Okay. Let's start a GoFundMe for that trip so that many can come. You got a point. Yeah. So sis, would this be just like for a weekend, like coming on a Friday, like arriving on a Friday like early, like a Friday and then Saturday, and then we all come back like Sunday. Is that what you're thinking? Okay, and let's start a GoFundMe. And you know what would be nice too is that yeah, if we did the GoFundMe, we could get like, to even cut down on price, get a really nice like hotel or how that would be, and how you can have like two big queen size beds out just, a really nice place, but a room where we can all like a what do you call it? Like a hangover party, hangout party. I don't know. I don't know what you would call it, but oh well. Oh yeah, I've heard of a bucket list. I need to make one. That's so funny. Stop that, Sheree. Oh, my throat. Sorry, I gotta take some water. Whew, nothing like fresh in water. Let's see. Um, I'm old in age 2%, but I'm like 20 something in my heart, Sheree. But yes, you are young at heart. Yes. I'm young at heart. Sure, 2% is young at heart. Yes, we are. I just found out that my young cousin is living in Scotland. She moved outside of the country. I was so excited for her. See there? There you go. I'm telling you. Um, the scripture is so true to what it says. It makes me think about where it says fear. How fear is a torment. And wow. And I would even say fear is a hindering block. It's a stuck block. It's so many things. So many things. And wow. If you spend your time thinking what all could go wrong, what about what could go right? You know? And I'll say this, there is a saying, or where some people they say this, that they would rather make a mistake but step out and do something than to never step out and you don't know. In other words, it's better to have a person said they would rather have mistakes than what ifs, because at least mistakes they tried. It's something like that how they say it. But if you live with the what ifs, that is more worse, because at least if you did it, you tried, and if it didn't turn out maybe the way you wanted it to, or however, the case, whatever the case may be, at least you can say I tried it, as opposed to wow, I wonder if only, so yeah. Let me see. Oh, okay. Did I just put that up there? Okay. Yeah, I know. Like Scotland. Wow. I wonder what it's even like to live over in. Do you talk to her, Shireen? Like, how long has she been there? What is their dialect like? Does she have to learn Scottish, or do they speak English just with an accent? Yeah, I wonder what that's like for her. Um, I know a lot of people would like to come to New York City, and I want to run out of here like if someone was chasing. Oh my goodness, that is funny. Yeah, sometimes it's like that. The place that we live, other people are trying to run to it while others are trying to uh flee from it. Oh gosh. About that young kid who was in trouble and he went to work with this man. Mm. Yeah. And yeah, The Forge, yes. And I got The Forge. I off Prime Video, so I purchased this so I can look at it. I haven't looked at it yet. I think I'll look at it over a Thanksgiving break again. So it's The Forge. She was asking you about it. Oh, The Forge. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. 2%. But the other movie was recommended last night from Kathy. But yes, The Forge. Oh my goodness. Yes. That's good. Um Latonya a new Oh my gosh, yes. Uh, but it is, yes, it is an excellent movie. Yes, it is. Oh, how about coming on a Thursday and then leaving on a Monday? So coming on a Thursday and then have all of Friday, all of Saturday, all of Sunday, go to Brooklyn Tabernacle Church on Sunday and then leave. I like that. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That can be a goal to work toward. Okay. Okay. I wasn't trying to say hangover, like, looking at your picture, your profile picture, and then that being up under it, like it's almost like you're saying, "What you talking about, Latonya?" Oh my goodness, that's funny. That is funny. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is funny. Um, I need to be like my young cousin. I just want to move to a different state and I'm a chicken because I don't have this and that. Well, you know what, Shereen, this is funny. This is what I'm thinking. Like how somebody that's they're on the edge, like you see these videos and they're like they want to jump, they don't, and then somebody just comes and say boom and just push them. So maybe that's like what you need. It's like, it's just like boom, and you're like, what? And before you know it, you already in free falling into it. Oh my goodness. Hi, Rosie. Hello. So glad that you could join us. I was just finishing up or did on the caregiver and putting on the oxygen mask first. And so I was talking about the last part of it, which was guilt barriers to why sometimes caregivers don't get the help that they need. And then I ended on some positive things about it. So yes. Okay. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Um, So let me see what else. No, I was getting ready for bed, and so you were on. Okay, stay long church in the morning. Oh, let me see what time is it. Yeah, it's kind of late for everybody. Yeah, we're ending, but thank you so much for joining. And yay. Um, no, we are not close like that. Oh, okay. I just found out from her new. Oh. Oh, okay, okay. No, we are not close. Okay, gotcha. Okay, okay. Um, okay. Maybe if Trump cleans it out, otherwise known New York. Really? Maybe if Trump cleans it out, otherwise known New York for me. Okay. Well, Shireen, I guess you can talk to that. Is New York not clean? Like, what is it? Or is it like any other place you go to certain areas and it's like how it is? But see, I know me, I would be like, Shireen, I want to see it all. Let's go to the Bronx. Let's go to Brooklyn and I don't know, some of the other places. Um I would want to go visit those places to see just like, wow, this is New York. This is, but okay. Oh, yes, we have missed 2%. Mm, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes that's what we need. We need that push. Mhm. That's funny how StreamYard pops up your typed comment, Latanya, even before you finish typing it. Weird. Laugh out loud. That is weird. Really? Does it do that on yours as well? Okay. Hey, Rosie again. I'm just going through the comment section. So, you might be already gone because I know you said you have church in the morning. Um, it's Trent the Ago. Okay. I'm not going. Shireen, you wouldn't but I want to visit there. I want to go and see like what is the Bronx. I mean, I've heard about it on TV and oh the Bronx and um uh just what is that the same like okay, Jenny on the block, is that like the Bronx or Brooklyn or what other place? It's another place that is famous in New York. But yeah, I can't come to New York and not go to those places, Shireen. Ah, I live here and don't even know about those immigrant gangs. Yeah. What are those gangs that you're talking about 2% is trendy ago. Do they still have well, like okay, well, I don't know if I should say it or not. So, I'll just but the 2 gangs that are of certain colors. Where was that? Wasn't that in or no, that was in LA. Yeah, that was in LA. I'm sorry. That's LA where yeah, where the gang's really bad. Um, let's see. I don't know if it does it on my end. I can tell when I'm watching because your comment pops up and I can still hear and see you typing. Oh, okay. That's funny. That is funny. Okay, nope. You have to visit the Bronx. Shireen, that's mean. We have to take a vote, and everybody would be like, "We want to go." Then we need someone to tour us so we can go. Oh my goodness. Or we can be Black woman in China. We can be Black women in China. Oh my goodness. Okay. Uh, I'll take you to Queens. Okay, yeah. So there's Queens. Oh, there's Brooklyn, Manhattan, and where I live, Staten Island, but you'll have to be in your own in the Bronx. Yes, J-Lo Lopez is from the Bronx. Oh, wow. So, okay, you know what? Now you're gonna have me looking up the Bronx. I'm going to now look up the Bronx and see what this is all about. Okay. Let's see. Allegedly, they came over the border and taken over New York. Oh wow. But yeah, but yeah, Trump is they're I don't know if they're already started, but they are gonna clean house. They're gonna be coming out. So yeah, let's see. No, do I have to say it in Espanol? No, in El Bronx Cantingo. How did I do? How did I do? No, do I have to say it in Espanol? No, in El Bronx Cantingo. How did I do? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Oh my gosh. Okay. Not many black people in China. They might run us out though. Well, yeah, you and me, but not Shireen, and maybe not even you, but they would me. Maybe. Just saying. We're just having some fun here. Okay. Good night, Rosie. Good night. Have a good night. Be blessed. Shalom. Oh, whoa. I'll give you a five for trying. Wow. Okay. All right. All right then. CC. Okay. Oh my goodness. Ladies, this has been wonderful. And I tell you, laughter is good medicine. It is good because there's so much, and those who are still watching in the eye, that I like to say, um, it's just I just want to still really say care for the caregivers. Put on your oxygen mask first. We've got to kind of change this narrative of just the guilt barriers that I mentioned. And I know it's easier said than done, and it may just go in one ear, out the other. But I'm just saying that if we want to be around for those that we care about, for those things that we are giving ourselves to, we need we have to put on our oxygen mask first, and then we can better be able to serve those that we are caring for and what it is that we are doing. So one step at a time, not trying to all these different things, do this, do that, because even that can be like overwhelming. But just one thing at a time, just one little thing. So let me see. They won't run you ladies out of China. Charles is half Chinese, and they won't run him out of China. Okay. 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 So, all right. So maybe they won't. Maybe. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So is Chinatown, is that in New York or is that in LA? Yeah. Oh, where's it? Okay. Oh, you said who is, oh, okay. So, with that being said, everyone, I know is we have three different time zones. We have it's 11 where Shireen is at, and almost midnight. It is me who is not real. I guess you could say I'm kind of sandwiched in the middle. I'm 10, and then there is 2% who is 2 hours new or young that way. No, that way actually. So, okay. Chinatown can be many states, but it's in Manhattan. Oh, it's in Manhattan. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's yeah. Okay. Uh yes, I'm still yeah, I know. Like 10, 9, 8. Yeah, it's 8. Yes, it's 8 your time, and it is almost a new day, Shireen's time, and I'm in the middle. But let's see. Charles is my friend. He was one of the gentlemen on the panel discussion when we were speaking about modest dress for Christians. Yes. Uh, see, yeah, Chinatown is literally a few minutes from where I work. Really? Wow. So, okay, so Shireen, so what is it that is famous for Chinatown? Like, if I were to go into Chinatown, how would they react to me? Like, what is it like? Literally, like, is it a town within the city, or what really is Chinatown? If you don't mind, like, what is really Chinatown? Okay. Excuse me. So, so does anyone have big plans for Thanksgiving? Do you have big plans, 2% for Thanksgiving? Do you cook? I'm just kind of weighing while I wait on Shireen. Um, mentioned Chinatown. Oh, okay, let's see. Out here is their own out here is their own town. They sell things you can find in China. Okay, and you get to eat lots of different foods from there. Okay. Uh, and Shireen says Chinatown is just like what you said. It's an area in the city where it's heavily populated with Chinese people, but because it's in the city, oh, because it's in the city. Okay. No cooking, just me and mom. Okay. Okay. Well, that sounds good. That sounds really good. Let me see. There are many people of all different ethnicities that are in that area. They wouldn't look at you in a strange way. All ethnicities are in Manhattan. Okay. Okay. Wow. Wow. So it sounds like it actually seems like Manhattan or New York is like the place to be if you come from a different country, that you that would be the place that you would want to maybe live or start out, but it's just whew, it's so expensive. And then maybe move and research other areas. At least that's what it sounds like. Yes, just like what 2% said as well. Lots of shops, restaurants, bakeries, etc. Oh, wow. Wow. So we could go visit Chinatown. That could be on the bucket list. Let's see. The old ladies might want to play with your hair. Oh, I had an old lady do that to me when I had braids. She was sweet. She never seen it, I guess. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, see, that's another thing I think I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna look up the Bronx. I'm gonna look up Chinatown. Let's see. Yes, we're called the melting pot. Yes. Yeah. See. Oh, wow. And then maybe we could even do a bucket list and go to LA. And then 2% could do a tour, be our tour guide to some of the places in LA. So, Yeah, that would be I don't know what I wanna see in LA, but, I mean, I guess they have excuse me, I guess they have some places that would be, I don't know, but okay. Okay, well, bring your mace. Oh my goodness, bring your mace. Bring your mace. Did 2% just say that? Bring your mace. Okay. Hello, Connie. Welcome. Thank you so much for showing up. Wow. Laugh out loud at the conversation. I love Cali. Been there a few times and would love to go back. See there? I've never been to LA. I've been to San Diego because I have family in San Diego, but never been to LA. So yeah, that would be I would like that to be on the bucket list. Um, welcome at Connie. So late. Don't get enough. You don't get a notification? Are you when you the little bell, Connie, is it do you have it when you clicked on it? Is it clicked like for all notifications? You might want to check that and see if that is what's going on so you don't miss when we go live when I go live. Um okay, this is the last question I want to ask everyone. Outside of the country, and then the next time I want to ask you the other way. So, what country, what three places outside of the country that you would like to go to? What are your top three places? So, 2%. What are your top three places you would like to visit outside of the country? And Connie, same for you too. And at the heart of the conversations oh, okay. So, let's see. I want to go to Italy, Paris, and Greece. Ooh, I like. Okay. Let's see. 2% said, wow, we got two Italys. Italy, Iceland, and Mexico. Okay. Okay, Connie, we're waiting on you, and then I'm gonna put mines. Um, and okay, I'm waiting on Connie to put her three. It looks like, let me see. Okay, we got two for Italy. Ooh. See, now I'm kind of like, I wish we would have said four because I love Italian food. Like, going to Italy and really get the real stuff. So I'm wondering if I want to change. I think I am. I think I'm on because not only the food, I'm just thinking like, ooh, but yeah. Okay. So did you put Connie? Okay, Connie, there's yours. I want to go to Greece, Italy, and Jerusalem. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna put mines down. Um, oops. So this is I really like this. So it looks like we have How many? Italy. Let me see. 2% said Italy. Um, at the heart of the conversation said Italy. No, no, you didn't say Italy. No, you said, yeah, you did say Italy. Connie said Italy, and I said Italy. So wow. So all of us said the same place. And then let me see. Um then the other ones, they were all different. The other, well, no, Israel. Well, I meant Jerusalem. But yeah, I would, that's my other place. So Jerusalem would be where I would want to go. And so me and Connie both said those places. And then let me see. I said Africa. Um Connie's, I mean 2% said Mexico and Iceland. Ooh. And Shireen said um let me see. So she had Paris and Greece. Ooh. So look at here. These are our bucket lists. And I would say we need to write them down. We need to write them down. And who knows, maybe we will be coming back one day and we'll be sharing how we went to these places. Maybe we might go together. Who knows? Maybe some of these places we might be able to go together. That would be nice. Um, so, mm, so yes, maybe that could be something, a bucket list for the US, which is New York, and then a bucket list to out of the state. And I also want to go to Germany. Oh, Germany. Okay, Sweden and England. Now, England would be one that I would like to go to. Paris, that was one I switched out with Italy. So Paris would be one. And wow, I'm trying to think what other place. I would like to go to Canada. There are some monumental things that's in Canada. So I would like to visit Canada. And I hear Jerusalem wonderful. Dangerous, but you need a really good. Yeah, 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 exactly. Yeah, I mean, people who have went there. I don't know anyone personally, but I've heard like people talk like some of these different church groups or what, they have been, and it's like everyone who has went have been like it is an experience that you will just, it's like the Bible coming alive. Um I mean, wow. But you're right. A good guide is the key to really having a really good experience. So you really want to pick a good guide. And yeah, yeah. Let's see. Oh, wow. You've been to Canada, sis? Whoa, okay. Yeah, I would yeah, that's a place. I know they have like Niagara Falls, I think is in Canada, and some other, I think, places. So, yeah. Wow. Look at that. This is really nice. Look at like wow, these things, so many places that, you know, maybe that, I mean, why not? It can't hurt to put them on a bucket list. And yeah, if Pastor Joe has another trip to Jerusalem, and if the Lord permits, I would like to go with him. Yeah. Okay, let me put that up. Wow. Yeah. And maybe with, who knows, with the next maybe 4 years, how things maybe kind of calm down, that a lot of places and a lot of church groups may decide to go. But yeah, I think who you go with, that that makes a big difference too. And I wow, just from what little I have, just from their ministry of Good Fight Ministries, and then Shireen, you actually met them in person. Um, I that would be a group that I wouldn't mind going with. So yeah, wow. Do they talk about it? Do they have like a video, Shireen, about when they have went? Like maybe they talked about the trip, took videos, or like did a documentary or anything um, when they went. I've only been to a few different places outside of the States: Bermuda, Canada, Jamaica, and the Bahamas. Wow, only a few? I've never been to I've never been outside of the States. So that is just awesome. Wow. Bermuda, Canada, Jamaica. Yep. You know what? Jamaica, that's another place I would like to go, to Jamaica. Yeah. And just the Bahamas, period. Oh my gosh. Wow. I got a big bucket list. I know that's what I was just saying. I've been to none of those. Oops. I've not been to none of those. So wow. Wow. So 2%, we got some catching up then. Oh my goodness. Hmm. I haven't seen a documentary. He'll mention it when they are going to go. Okay, but I haven't seen any, but that doesn't mean they don't have a video on their YouTube channel. Okay. Okay. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yeah. Just even thinking about it is just like, wow, you know? So, well, on that note, I am going to get ready to um uh t- end the live, and I want to say once again, thank you so much, at the heart of the conversation, for being here. Thank you so much, 2%. It was good to see you. Um, oh yeah, I heard that was really nice. The Ark of the Covenant Museum. Yes. I don't know where that's located at, but yeah. Oh wow. Shireen, so you haven't been there yet? Honduras. Oh wow. I bet that would be wonderful. Mm. So that's on your bucket list. That's on your bucket list. Okay, good night, sis. And actually, so I'm getting ready to go as well. So I just want to say First Corinthians 10:31, whatever ye eat, whatever ye drink, whatever it is that we do, do all unto the honor and glory of God. Thank you all so much. Let me see. I don't want to, when I was looking, so I don't know anything. Oh wow. Wow. That would be a good that would be a good trip, I think, sis, to do that. Wow. So on that note, yes, whatever it is, First Corinthians 10:31, whatever it is you eat, whatever it is you drink, whatever it is that you do, do all unto the honor and glory of God. Thank you, everyone. Good night. Love you all. And until next time, God bless and have a wonderful night. Bye.